It's Anthony Hodges, and you are now watching Jam Interview.
So, what's your story?
So my story is back on July 28th, 2015. I was in a huge car accident with friends, and with a friend, a really good friend of mine, which he was drinking and driving. It was his 21st birthday, and we was partying that night, and we left. We left his friend's studio apartment. After a great night, it was a good night, but it was just like, it was one of those things like you good to drive. He was like 100% saying yeah, he was good to drive, and next we get in the car. Moments later, to come to find out 3 days later that we was ejected from the car due to the fact that we didn't have our seatbelts on, and I come to find out I broke my neck in 5 different places and was gonna be paralyzed from the waist down for the rest of my life. So just hearing that, I was like, damn,
Yeah.
I just got done dunking on somebody's neck last week. You know what I mean? So to hear that, I was just like, wow, that was really crazy. That was crazy to hear.
Yeah. So, obviously, you're walking. Uh, Describe your, I guess, your journey from that moment to now.
Yeah. So the journey started as soon as my mom realized that I had sensation in my toe. She got the doctors. Doctors came in, reevaluated me, noticed that I did have sensation. Next, I'm going to Spalding Rehab. That's where it all started, like where they had me from like a bungee cord because I couldn't get out of bed, I couldn't move, so they
Right.
was picking me up, putting me into a wheelchair, and then every day we was working out on new exercises on like trying to move my feet,
Right.
even though they wasn't moving, like just
Right.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
So to working out, picking up like weights, 5 pound weights, my own body weight to
Yeah.
even see if I could, stay sturdy. Like sitting up like this, I couldn't do it.
Right.
I needed assistance. So just being there for 3 months, which I was supposed to be there for 6,
Yeah.
but just every day I was just working out like nonstop. Like
Yeah.
I was telling the doctors like, hey, I need some like resistant bands. I need something in here
Yeah.
for me to to do. You know what I mean? To get back because I don't want to be in the hospital. Who wants to be in the hospital?
Right. Yeah.
Like so it was just grinding every day. Like I made long term and short term goals every day to just to reach that the long term, which was to hoop again.
Right.
So I had to learn how to walk. I had to learn how to get myself out of bed first.
Right.
You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Feed myself. I couldn't
Yeah.
do any of that. Dress myself. Couldn't even put on a pair of socks.
Yeah.
So it was like it was really tough. It was really tough at those moments. But I just broke it down like, hey, if I could do a short term
Right.
goal such as hey, put my sock on the right
Right.
way,
Yeah.
then I'm accomplishing something, and then I can move to the next goal.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's those basic things that like you don't even really think of that you had to do.
Right.
It was a struggle, man. It's tough. But like you had like this incredible journey to where like I didn't even know that you was in this car accident until I don't know. I met you like a couple times playing in the
Yeah.
gym. But yeah, you told me that I was like, wow. But like
Definitely.
you like you've been doing drills like every time I see you do drills. And then like to hear that you was on the team this year, you made it because you was talking about that all last year. Like I'm gonna make the team,
Right.
and you did it.
Yeah. So what I mean, to touch upon that,
Right.
what I mean, I was Bobby. So I
Right.
was just asking Bobby, can you get some guys that I can play against?
Right.
To bring. He was like, yeah, I got a guy named Jamal, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, cool. So for him to be able to have guys to come play against me, that helped. You helped. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That you played a big role. You would throw what I mean, throw me around, box
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So I needed that. I needed that just to find that physicality back and find my balance where
Yeah.
where I could like see myself playing as when I do play on that team. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was never a what if thing. It was like when.
Right, yeah.
When I'm ready.
Right.
So like last year, it was just every day I was in the gym because I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm already down.
Right,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? I'm below everybody else.
Yeah.
everyone's looking at me like, Hodge, you need to chill out. Like, you got to chill out. And I'm like, no, I'm going to
Yeah.
wobble my ass around until, I get it right. I'm going to work on that left leg where I still have nerve damage in, until it gets stronger, until I can adjust to it. So it's
Yeah.
just like a whole factor of things that,
Yeah.
that played in this, this, where I'm at now. You know what I mean? So it was huge. It was huge. It was huge. Being in the gym every day, getting shots up, and learning that I'm gonna be actually like a different player. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
said, I was a guy that was windmilling, getting into the lane whenever I want to locking dudes up full court.
Yeah.
To now, I'm more like a Kyle Korver, JJ Redick.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Catch and shoot.
Yeah.
So I had to learn the basics and the fundamentals all over again,
Yeah.
which I feel like made me better now. I feel like I'm 10 times better before skill-wise instead
Right.
of just ability, which I was, more focused on.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, have you found, I guess, transferable skills or like something that you can take with you from that experience into the future?
Um, Definitely. I mean, as you know, I go by Mr. Know Yourself on one of my accounts, and I have a program by Know Yourself Basketball (KYB). So like throughout this whole experience, it was all about just take a step back, now focus on you, figure out what you need to do to improve, figure out, you know, like just like what makes you happy, what doesn't make you happy, what makes you, what I mean, just reevaluating point blank period. And
Yeah.
I felt like that helped. That played a huge factor. You know what I mean? And I tell my friends, family members, if you don't know who you are, then you're just gonna be another lost cause.
Right.
To be honest, you know what I mean? Because now you're just going with the cycle.
Yeah.
Of just followers.
Right.
Our nation right now is a following ass nation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So throughout that whole experience, I was able to just really learn about who I can truly be, and
Yeah.
and just built a lot of confidence and and just being happy with myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
so, I mean, that definitely carries a lot of weight. That I was able to throw off my shoulders while I was in the hospital. But
Right.
that's one thing I carry on throughout
Okay.
my whole life, and I could just share that experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. So how are you sharing that experience? I know you're doing the Know Yourself basketball, but like, what does that mean?
So
What does
like
that mean to you?
know yourself basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like what it means is, like in those moments where you doubt yourself,
Yeah.
right, and you're just like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's one of those like, yeah, you can. It's
Right.
just figuring out how to do it. So it's like doing things until,
Yeah.
that until word is very, very strong if you use it right.
Yeah.
So until you get it right, that's when you're gonna start figuring it out. That's when you're gonna start breaking it down. And
Yeah.
next thing you know who you are, right?
Right. Yeah.
Now there's no what if no more. It's like how can I do it?
Yeah.
And when it's gonna happen.
Right.
It's like one of those type moments.
Who are you focusing on helping?
Oh, like
know
age groups?
yourselves. Yeah. Or
Um,
either like age groups or like, are you mainly focused on athletes or what does it look like? Or is it just any and everybody?
I mainly do focus on athletes. I mean, just because,
Right.
there's a lot of minorities and
Yeah.
unfortunate, kids that are not able to get the, proper skills
Right.
or proper mentors to help them, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
to see a face like me and to see a face like, like that, like them as well, you know what I mean? That can help them and mentor them.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not just, that's why I picked basketball, because I am a ball player and all that good
Yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah, it's your background. Yeah.
but community as well. I'm a community kid. I grew up in a community. I went to the Boys and Girls Club, to YMCA's. So it's just like, I would love to get back, to the community and just, just give as much wisdom back to, our people, you
Right.
know. So I don't really got a main audience, but I'm starting with the KYB program.
Okay. Yeah, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What kind of current challenges are you like facing right now, and how are you overcoming them?
What do you mean? Just like,
Whether it's personal, professional career, or doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm definitely dealing with the career wise. You
Okay.
know what I mean? I can't see myself. You know what I mean? Working like in a cubicle area,
Right. Yeah.
sitting down and just not
Right.
doing the same thing over and over. I really can't see myself doing that. So right now it's definitely a challenge with the career wise. I'm finding myself going back and forth from, do I really want to work for this specific company, or do I want to just continue being an entrepreneur with that I'm
Right.
doing now? Because, like I said, I referee, and man, the money's great,
Yeah.
So and I have the KYB, and I do photography. So right now I'm enjoying life. You know what I mean, and happy what I'm doing right now without being told what to do. And I need to be here at this specific time, and I don't work like that.
Right.
So, but when you have family, faculty, people that really care, like I said, I'm a community kid, so everybody wants to know what am I going to be doing next.
Yeah.
So it's difficult for them to hear me say it
Yeah.
instead of, so right now I'm just trying to stay as stern as possible. Like, hey, you either going to rock with me or you're not. You know what I
Right.
mean? Just help me figure out, to help me figure out launching my own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Help me. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm stuck at right now. That's
Okay.
the challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's most definitely growing pains when you're going through a transition. So especially if you don't want to be stuck in an office. You're a field guy, most definitely. Like being out in the field, like being active, face to face, one on one with people,
Yeah.
or even groups. Yeah. So yeah, you'll be fine. Like just make sure that that you're reaching out to people, and utilizing the resources that you have, to be able to make
Definitely.
your next step. Basically, yeah.
Right.
Right. But I'm sure you know that already, though.
Hey, but
Yeah.
it's information that's always
Right.
needed to be repeated. You know that.
Yeah. 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 So like, what what are you excited about right now?
I'm excited right now. I'm excited because I was able to be the speaker. Damn, you
Yeah.
definitely
You got to
twist
practice that one.
Yeah, right. So I'm being the commencement speaker tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I'm very excited to honestly put on a show. That's how I see it as. Life's a game, and like how you play it.
Right.
So tomorrow is definitely a big day for me, and I'm just looking forward to just sharing the story and also giving out some inspiration for
Right.
those that need to be motivated.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to it.
Yeah. You're gonna be speaking in front of 2,500 probably.
Yeah,
Something
just
like that.
about. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's got to be nerve-wracking in itself.
Yeah, at first, because I felt like I wasn't ready. You know what I
Right.
mean? But now I feel that I'm ready. I'm like,
Okay.
I'll be all right. I'm talking to people.
Yeah.
So even if I was at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous as hell. Like,
Right.
dude, I didn't even know I was gonna get it.
Yeah.
Because it was 6 other candidates.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm just doing it because of, a couple of people asked me to do it, faculty.
Yeah.
Hey, you should do it, man.
Yeah.
You definitely got the voice, or you got the face for it. I'm like,
Right.
all right, whatever that means.
Right.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I want to say 2 weeks later, I get an email saying, congratulations, you are going to be 2018's commencement speaker. I'm like, whoa, hold up, what? Hell no. I was
Right.
just, you know what I mean? I truly didn't think I would get it, so I was shocked and nervous as hell at the time because I'm like, dude, I stay stuttering, you know what I
Right,
mean? Or
yeah.
I mispronounce the words, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it was one of those, I just have to look in the mirror and be like, you got it.
Yeah.
Just practice it and you would do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a learning experience.
Yeah, definitely.
You're gonna figure out if you can speak out in front of crowds, or like if you like it.
So and I have the KYB and I do photography. So right now I'm enjoying life, you know what I mean, and happy what I'm doing right now without being told what to do. And I need to be here at this specific time, and I don't work like that.
Right.
So but when you have family, faculty, people that really care, like I said, I'm a community kid, so everybody wants to know what am I going to be doing next.
Yeah.
So it's difficult for them to hear me say it
Yeah.
instead of, so right now I'm just trying to stay as stern as possible. Like, hey, you either gonna rock with me or you're not. You know what I
Right.
mean? Just help me figure out, to help me figure out launching my own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Help me. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm stuck at right now. That's
Okay.
the challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's most
You know?
definitely growing pains when you're going through a transition. So
Yeah.
especially if you don't want to be stuck in an office. You're a
Facts.
field guy, most definitely. Like being out in the field, like being active, face to face, one on one with people,
Yeah, definitely.
or even groups.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll be fine. Like just make sure that that you're reaching out to people, and utilizing the resources that you have, um, to be able to make
Definitely.
your next step. Basically, yeah.
Right.
Right. But I'm sure you know that already, though.
Hey, but
Yeah.
it's information that's always
Right.
needed to be repeated. You know
Yeah. Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, what what are you excited about right now?
I'm excited right now. I'm excited because I was able to be the commencement speaker. Damn, you
Yeah.
definitely
You got to
twist
practice
that.
that one.
Yeah, right. So so I'm being the commencement speaker tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I'm very excited to honestly put on a show. That's how I see it as. Life's a game and like how you play it.
Right.
So tomorrow is definitely a big day for me, and I'm just looking forward to just sharing the story and also giving out some inspiration for
Right.
those that need to be motivated. So
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
And you're gonna be speaking in front of 2,500 probably,
Yeah,
something
just
like that.
about. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's got to be nerve-wracking in itself.
Yeah, at first, because I felt like I wasn't ready. You know what I
Right.
mean? But now I feel that I'm ready. I'm like,
Okay.
I'll be all right. I'm
All right.
talking to people.
Yeah.
So even if I was, at first, I'm not going to lie, I was nervous as hell. Like,
Right.
dude, I didn't even know I was going to get it.
Yeah.
Because it was 6 other candidates.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm just doing it because of, a couple of people asked me to do it, faculty.
Yeah.
Hey, you should do it, man.
Yeah.
You definitely got the voice, or, you got the face for it. I'm like,
Right.
all right, whatever that means.
Right.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I want to say 2 weeks later, I get an email saying, congratulations, you are going to be 2018's commencement speaker. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
hold up, what? Hell no. I was
Right.
just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I truly didn't think I would get it, so I was shocked and nervous as hell at the time because I'm like, dude, I stay stuttering, you know what I
Right,
mean? Or
yeah.
I mispronounce the words, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it was one of those, I just have to look in the mirror and be like, you got it.
Yeah.
Just practice it and you would do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a learning experience.
Yeah, definitely.
You're gonna figure out if you can speak out in front of crowds, or like if you like it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You're gonna have quite the day tomorrow.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And then sitting up there,
Yeah.
I would be sitting there the whole time,
Right.
with the faculty and the administration, the dean, the president.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big moment, an exciting moment at that. So I'm very, very, very excited to be a part of the ceremony tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna get a lot of love tomorrow.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it,
Yeah.
It's been a grind to get here.
Yeah. So, like, what kind of advice would you give somebody that's facing adversity?
Oh, man. Some advice is, if you're facing through adversity, like I said, man, just get away from the media. Yeah, I feel like I said, I feel like there's a lot of people that are, I want to say, damn, that's tough. That's a tough question. That's a tough
Only
question.
ask the tough questions.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like so much advice I can give, but start idolizing the people that are truly like there for you. You know what I mean? The people that are actually there, not idolizing people that you don't know.
Right.
Like I said, from the media, like idolize the people that are in front of you because they're going to be the ones that's going to be there for you 100%. And just stop and listen, man, and just don't be a know-it-all. Pretty much it. One
Yeah.
of those type things.
Right. All right. Well, what else? Like, what else have you learned in terms of like facing adversity um, that you think could potentially like bring you back into a negative space, and like how could you potentially avoid that?
Um, can you say that last part one more time?
Yeah. So when when you went through the when you did had the car
Of
accident,
course.
like what and from that journey,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what's something that was kind of like negative that maybe seeped into your mind or seeped into
Okay.
your consciousness, and
Negative.
like how could you potentially avoid that?
Oh, that's good. So negative part was being mad at the friend. You know what I mean? I was really pissed off. You know
Okay.
what I mean? I was on some like, what the hell?
Right.
Like you could have, they coulda,
Right.
shoulda thing.
Yeah.
So I was really pissed off. But then I came to realize that I didn't have my seatbelt on. That I had to put the blame back on me. To really to not put the focus on him, because
Okay.
at the end of the day I had to see what I did wrong. You know what I
Right.
mean? Instead of, it's easy to blame somebody else, that saying, instead of blaming yourself.
Right.
So one of those negative moment that I had in my thought of just saying fuck him, you know what I mean?
Right.
And just put all the blame on him. I couldn't do that. So I had to reevaluate myself, take a step back and say, hey, you got in the car, you didn't put your seatbelt on, and this is what happened.
Right.
Now how can you deal with it?
Yeah.
So I started to ask myself questions instead of putting the blame game. It's easy to get to a negative thought, as you know. It's very easy to be like, damn, I'm ugly today.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's crazy how that thought just comes to your mind without you really seeking it.
Right, yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like, damn, I don't like that.
Right.
So it's trying to just, it's kind of like, so that's the kind of things that I'll start to, you know, paint a different picture in my head. You know what I mean? Like, start putting the blame on me when things go wrong.
Yeah.
And try to see the whole picture, and just set it half and see both sides instead of just mine. So
Okay.
it was just one of those, turning a negative into a positive type thing. I could easily just say, hey, it was his fault.
Right.
But I'm more happy saying it was my fault. You know what I mean? And I could have done this and that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So throughout that journey, you know what I mean? That's throughout that whole journey, I'm just like, I had to stop and think
Right. Yeah.
about everything.
Yeah.
Just stop and think before I start talking, or start to have those negative thoughts,
Right.
and it's been super, super beneficial
Right.
for learning that.
Damn. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. Self accountability is. Yeah. That's. That's most definitely. Yeah. A big part of owning the mistakes that you had.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. Even though if it's such an extreme example as that, it's it can be helpful for understanding what you can do to potentially correct
Right.
future.
But the one thing is too, you know what I mean? Like I grew up with family, you know what I
Right.
mean? So my mom had 12 kids, you know what I'm saying?
wow, yeah.
So I'm the third oldest
Okay.
out of those 12 kids.
Yeah.
So it's like I always was going through adversity, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
never,
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
and I always had to stop and think, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not like, you know what I mean, consciously.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, it was just something I already knew what
Yeah.
to do, due to the fact of the struggles of growing up, seeing Mama Dukes trying to put something on the table
Yeah.
and really don't have much. So it's just like, just seeing that my whole life, and just like, and we had to like, hey, work what we got. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's how I kind of like went with the whole journey part of me in the accident. I got to work what I got.
Right.
It's either this or nothing. You know what I
Right.
mean? Or you want to be in a wheelchair?
Right.
No. So how can I get this done?
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's been my whole life.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, my mom can't give me $5. Well, I'm gonna go up the street and sell my shoes for 10.
Right.
Now I got $10. You feel me?
Yeah.
And now I got 5 to throw in my pocket.
Mhm.
So it's just one of those always thinking outside the box due to the struggles of growing up.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. That's why. Yeah. 12.
Yeah.
One of 12. Wow.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Huge, man. And it's dope to have a big family, honestly.
Yeah.
Growing up, you're like, oh my gosh, it's annoying. But now that I'm older, see
Yeah.
these see my brothers and sisters every day growing,
Yeah.
and getting wiser and stronger, and that they're gonna be an impact in the community. So it's just it's dope to watch,
Yeah,
So
man.
I'll just to sit back and watch.
Yeah.
Um, and it's dope. I got best friends every day I can just talk to.
Right.
Just like I don't have to worry about, oh damn, they gonna judge me, or
Right.
man, they don't want me around. Nah, it's all love. Just by the fact of having brothers and sisters.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Uh, what passions do you have besides basketball?
Passions. I love photography.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really do. It's just like, being able to create a moment for someone that they'll always cherish, that they put up on that, on a frame, put
Right.
in their house. They
Right.
walk in, they see it.
Yeah.
And you be like, yeah, I did that.
Right.
So just being a part of creating a moment for someone, or just putting a smile on their face. You know what I mean? Like I love my passion is always being another passion of mine is also being like a mentor. For like my brothers. Not just necessarily all my brothers, but my brothers.
Yeah.
Or any friend that want advice. Like
Yeah.
I'm there for them. Like, hey man, like I love talking, giving great advice, or gaining knowledge from other people. So that's another thing I like to do, because I'm always been like that big bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like you the old man. Like
Right.
I always
Yeah,
been
yeah.
the old man. So I'm like, I embrace it now.
Okay. All right. Good.
I really walk
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
old man too sometimes.
Yeah.
So I embrace it now. So it's just like that's one of my just passionate about just creating leaders. Like I said, we conform so much every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
A lot of other people
Right.
conform so much every day, and it's annoying to see, because I'm like, yo, we're leaders. We should be having fun.
Right.
Not, oh, like, damn, yo, he got the New Balance, so I
Right.
need
Yeah,
those just
yeah.
because you got them.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Think for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why it goes back into knowing yourself, man.
Yeah.
It's just not a lot of it.
Yeah, man.
It's not a lot of
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of knowing yourself, like, what kind of values do you have, and how do you use that on a daily basis?
Just man, my values is just being true,
Yeah.
staying true to your word at that. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? And just that's the hardest shit that anybody can ever do.
Right.
Is just staying true to their word because of our era that we're in. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, I can talk about other people, but that's something I truly try to hold myself accountable for, is just staying true.
Yeah.
Staying true to you. Don't do nothing that you're not comfortable doing.
Right.
Point blank, period. And
Yeah.
just be the best man you can. Continue to learn. Continue to grow. And be happy. It's just try to keep it as simple as possible. And that's that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Well, thank you, sir. For doing the interview.
definitely.
You got any shout outs you want to make?
Oh yeah, definitely. Shout out to my moms. She's beautiful. My fiance Cass, friends. You already know what's up. Definitely want to get a shout out. My man just get me on his jam show, and know yourself basketball, baby. We gonna go up every day. We gonna glow. We gonna glow every day. Other than that, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I really had a question for you though.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't mind.
man. Absolutely. This is a conversation.
Right. I just wanted to know, like, what made you start, your interviews?
Oh man.
No bull. I just.
I like talking. I like talking with people.
Mm-hmm.
And I like having conversations to where people can think on think about their development, and their goals and their future, and how they could potentially reach that. And I want to ask thought-provoking questions to be able to make. Yeah, the battery died, so
Yeah, we
getting
back.
So we're trying to basically, just ask thought-provoking questions,
Yeah.
and just getting people to. And this was like one way that I did it. I originally started shooting it on my phone, and obviously making the slow upgrades. But Yeah, that's basically how it started.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it did. Because I honestly, when I seen you, like, right, I was on Instagram,
Yeah.
just passing through, and I seen Jam, right.
Yeah.
So I seen purple, right.
Right.
Pick on it. I'm like, Jabal,
Yeah.
hold up. You do interviews? Like,
Yeah.
cause I didn't know. Honestly, I knew you was interested in
Yeah.
this field,
Yeah.
but I didn't know you was actually taking action. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
man.
actually about it.
Yeah.
So that right there just put a grin on my face. I'm like,
Yeah.
this dude's lit. You know what I
Right.
mean? This is lit. You know what I mean? Because not a lot of people is doing what you're doing. Definitely in our area, Massachusetts. You
Yeah.
know, well, actually from Chi-Town,
Right, yeah.
right? But you're going everywhere. You
Yeah.
know, and just taking your time. You know what I mean? Time is everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
And you're going everywhere, and I think that's tough. I'm trying to do exactly what you're doing, just doing a basketball scale, you know,
Yeah.
traveling.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just dope.
I'm glad I can, like, I guess inspire other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think. All right, we're back on.
We back. So yeah, just to follow back up with what we was talking about, which was, you know, politics. You
Yeah.
know, just Trump's in office.
Yeah.
It just how, like, you know, it's a good thing. You know, it's a good thing for our people. You know, just to see, you know, to have Trump out there, to be that idiot, you know, that the other people want it, America want it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's dope to have.
Yeah.
What you think?
Yeah, it's it's a blessing and a curse, like I said. Most definitely, like having him in office sheds light into like the problems that we have
Huge.
within this country, particularly talking about racism. It most definitely sheds light on that and how people really feel. People come out the woodworks, you see their face, you know what they look like,
Facts.
you know who they are. It's most definitely a blessing and a curse, but I think that it's allowing people to wake up and actually take action within their communities and action against the federal government. So most definitely is waking people up.
Right. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Because what was I gonna say? Definitely just being able to recognize our problems. You know, like you know, gun violence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just if we was all able, like I said earlier, just to be critical thinkers and see why we have guns in our areas.
Yeah.
That goes way back to World War II, World War One. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They made millions and trillions of guns that could wrap around the earth like 50 times.
Yeah, they still make that amount, probably more. of
Probably
guns.
more, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Just so it's designed for us, you know, to self-destroy.
yeah, and they gotta sell them like they make these guns like, all right, we gotta, you know, sell them at a gun auction show or give them to another country. You know, it's they make the guns, they gotta make the money off of it.
Exactly.
So,
It's a crazy world we in.
yeah,
You know, it's just crazy, dog.
yeah,
It's like every day, it's like what to expect. You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't know if you watch a lot of the news.
I keep up. Yeah,
You keep up with it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I really don't watch too much of it
yeah,
because it kind of like corrupts your mind a little bit when you're
Yeah.
seeing violence and violence and violence and
yeah,
and not the actual problems that need to be talked about.
yeah,
So that kind of upsets me to watch the news. I'm just like, okay, you're showing things that is huge. It's a huge problem.
yeah,
But we're not getting to the majority of problems that need to be talked about, that need to be addressed.
yeah.
You know, and that's just being a minority. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah, we're not talking about
we're not,
the laws that's being passed. We're not talking
Passed.
about like effects on like these corporations merging and consolidating and how that affects the economy, affects global economy, affects local economy. It's just a lot of grand scheme things that is not presented in the news.
Right. And I'm always asking why. Why? Right now, obviously,
Right. Yeah.
we don't
I
have to
mean,
answer it,
yeah.
but
Right.
because it's hard to answer that.
Yeah.
That's a
It's a complex question.
facts.
Yeah.
you know, and I just think it's a shame. You know, because I know in our community we just need more resources.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like with more resources, we're gonna get stronger. We get wiser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We won't be dependent on the financial aids. You know what I mean? It'll be more beneficial for us, in
Yeah.
the long run, but
Yeah.
they don't want that.
Yeah.
They don't want
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, man. That's a good question though. And that's a good first step is asking why.
Always.
Yeah.
I feel like we got to ask more questions
Yeah.
instead of just going with the flow
Yeah.
of what we call life in
Right.
America.
Yeah.
I usually say New World Order because I
Yeah.
feel like we are the New World. When I'm watching like videos or movies,
Yeah.
and they talk about a new world, right?
Yeah.
And how we was talking about earlier, going to different countries,
Yeah.
and when you are in that different country and you see the poverty, which is lower than ours, right?
Yeah.
It kind of changes your mind. Well, it does. Well, it will change your mind, when you come back to this new world that we call, America.
Yeah.
Because we have, everything that's updated. We have the resources. We have the technology.
Yeah.
You're much more appreciative, to be here. But but for the fact of we have to deal with our own skin, you know what I mean, because of
Yeah.
the man,
Yeah.
the man in charge,
Yeah.
and that sucks. It just sucks, you know what I mean, because we can't really actually embrace the new world that we're in,
Right.
and that we call America. We
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, it's a mostly white world, and like the only places that you can go that you feel like you're
Yeah.
not a minority is basically African countries.
Even if you go there,
Yeah, but you're still but as an
Yeah,
American,
that
but if you're going
facts.
as American, you're still going to be probably outcasted, But it's it's tough, man.
Yeah. It
History
really
is just like it's crazy, like how deeply rooted history is tied into present actions, present laws, current policies, current international relationships. It's crazy, like how the history can affect relationships today.
Exactly.
And like shit like it's happened over 100 years ago, or centuries. Like it still there's a ripple effect.
Of course, it repeats.
Yeah,
The majority of stuff that we're going through, it already happened.
yeah,
Because you know why? I
Right.
feel, well, for
Right.
my answer is,
yeah.
like I said earlier, we don't stop and think or stop to question.
Right.
You know what I mean? To stop that repeating cycle.
Yeah.
And when we do notice it, let's not just make it a trend.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's follow through with it and make sure shit gets done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember, real quick, for example, my mother said, get the dishes done, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So say it once. I don't get it done, I'll go do something else, right? I'll go do something else. She'll come back, get the dishes done, right? Then she'll sit right there, right? And she
Yeah.
makes sure that shit got
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
And that's something I feel like, for a quick example,
yeah.
I know it's a little throw off, but like for a quick example, something like that, like we gotta not just keep the trending going, you know what I mean? Like, just, don't make it don't just make it as like it's now, you know what I mean?
Right.
Make it forever, you know
Right,
what I mean?
yeah.
Make it a forever thing. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna live by this. I'm gonna really be about the people, you know what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter, definitely for the white people out there.
Yeah.
Be about the people, because
Yeah.
we're people just as y'all, you know what I'm saying? And that's something I'm like, don't make it a trend thing.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm white, but I got black friends.
Yeah.
Okay? What are you
Yeah.
doing, though?
Yeah.
Use your platform. So it's like things like that kills me. You know what I mean? Or friends that pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or what was it? Gun violence right now.
Right.
So like, we don't really pay attention until it happens to somebody close.
Right.
This shit's been going on for years,
Yeah.
right? But when it happens to us, now we're all of a sudden, oh, whoa, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
We got to be on it already. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I guess like one like crazy concept that may not be true, but it's not even a crazy concept, but like just one thought that ran across my mind before was like, so what, African Americans are what, 17% of the population? Why would white people want to put us on their agenda since there's way more than us? Like why would they want, like what kind of, how could that benefit them?
Right. I can't answer that. I don't know why they. Don't know why, man. That's a you know what I mean, that's a great question.
But I think like if you like think of like somebody like from a day-to-day basis, they're not thinking about us. They're in their own world. They have their own problems that they're figuring out. And I don't think, there are some malicious people with malicious intent, but I don't think that they're thinking about us, which is a problem, but in their perspective is not a problem. It's not their problem.
You saying white people?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was something that ran across my mind before.
Thanks.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that you know what I mean. I just it's so much of us. I feel like once we do start to get it right, and we most majority of us is woke, is being woke, and not just like I said, materialistic things is really not the wave.
yeah,
Yeah, you can get. I'm not trying to be hypocritical, but yeah, you wanna get with your jewels, you feel good,
yeah,
but don't be too much on the on materialistic things. You know what I mean? Like, I want to say like focus on yourself, and then we'll start building as a community. You know what I mean? Like together, in a sense. Because I feel like in our community, it's like we fight ourselves too. You know what I mean? We'll fight. You know what I mean? It's hard to win when
yeah,
it's a competition with me and you.
yeah,
It's like, damn, shit, he's fly. Damn, I don't like him because he looked this way.
right,
You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of like we're fighting ourselves, and then then we're fighting against white people. Then we're fighting against Asians. Like no one wants to be us,
yeah,
but they want to be hip like us.
yeah, and that, yeah.
That
Very
shit is
very
hard as hell.
problematic. Yeah,
Very problematic.
Yeah.
It's hard as hell for being us.
yeah, yeah,
Like, and it's like if we can come together somehow, some way, like, and more talks like this every day, we'll start to wake up. You know what I mean? And not watch too much reality TV, fighting and hair pulling. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
we wake up. So I feel like just more like this right here is a one-on-one session, or have a group of us, just talking.
yeah,
It's dope. It's dope. My fault. I like to vary off topics here and there. It's just
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
all over because I just think a lot.
right, yeah,
A lot. I just
Yeah.
think about life. Period. You
Yeah.
know, like it's a game.
yeah.
It's a game. Dick Gregory. It's my guy.
Okay.
If you, Dick. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Uh-uh.
Definitely look him up. He's a good dude. He's a comedian. He ran back in way back when he ran for government.
Okay.
I mean for president.
Okay.
Against Nixon.
Okay.
He won because of the electric votes. They were supposed to go to Nixon.
Yeah.
They did it purposely, but it would end up going to Dick Gregory.
Oh.
And then they said the votes got tampered with.
Word.
Right.
Word.
Right. Because now we got a black president.
Right.
So. Yeah, Dick Gregory, he's a dude I definitely love listening to. He ended up passing last summer.
Okay.
That shit was tough to see. Honestly, I was just Googling, like psychology. I was learning about people, and then mentor. What do you call it? Like motivational speakers, stuff like that. Just not hear myself or hear others just trying to learn.
Yeah.
And he ended up coming up, and just a positive dude. But he's funny at the same time.
Yeah.
But like I said, he always talks about how life's a game and it's all about how you play it. So I get that from him every time. Like literally, he says it all the time, and I'm like, how? And then once you start figuring out where you play in life, that's when you know. You
Right.
know what I mean? So I think that's dope. I think you should definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Check him out.
I think thinking about the commonalities, finding commonalities. I think one of them is just economic inequality. I think that money affects everybody, so I think that's one thing that we can get behind, and then also political corruption. So I think most definitely getting behind those two things would bring us together.
Definitely, because, you know what I mean, money is everything, right?
Yeah.
For us, that's how we see it. It's like if we don't got it, we don't know what to do with it.
Cream.
I mean, do without it, so it's like
Yeah.
biggest thing, I mean, from my experiences, from moving forward is like, I'm like, I'd rather, pile up on more information, educating myself, and the money will come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I try to take it, instead of stressing it, like, damn,
Right.
I need money, and
Yeah.
I'm just going to take this job.
Yeah.
I'm more, like we was talking earlier, just taking steps
Yeah.
before I can able to walk, you know what I mean? And then eventually, the money's gonna come, you know what I mean? I might not be living lavish now, but
Right.
I'll be living better later, you know what I
Right.
mean? So I feel like the money definitely plays a huge role,
Yeah.
and it sucks for our communities, because without it, we can't do much.
Right. Yeah.
Can't do much. We can't even leave the house without having to pay. Have
For
money
like,
without
for
having
like a
money.
bus ticket, or like you can walk everywhere, but like, would you want to? Like, really?
Food, you know what I'm saying?
Food,
You start
yeah,
to get hungry,
yeah.
you're like, damn, it's either McDonald's or I gotta go to the store and get a Zebra cake.
Yeah.
Because I only got $1, you know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah,
Then I
yeah.
need 5 cents.
Yeah. Yeah.
So money, you're right. Money's huge. Money's huge.
Well, I see this camera's the battery's about to die, so.
All right, word.
We wrap it up there.
Keep jamming, right? Keep jamming.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
a
thank
pleasure,
you.
Pleasure having the conversation. Most definitely do this again.
Easily.
Most definitely link up. Especially you can come through anytime when you come through Cleveland or Akron area.
Definitely, I definitely gotta come through again, man.
Yeah.
That would be my traveling. Definitely come through.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. It's Anthony Hodges. Keep jamming. Let's get it. Know yourself.